Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Elk Calls here ahead of Game 2 between the Bend Elks and the Portland Pickles as the Elks look to secure their first series win of the second half of the regular season. Here with pitcher and Shane Buchanan, who is back with his second season with the Elks this summer. But you're playing not too far away at Mount Hood CC. What was that like for you playing in the NWAC, where a lot of the teams have more college town fits, but you're in Portland Metro? So how did that experience differ for you?
Being in the Portland Metro was great. There wasn't too much to do, so we did a lot of baseball and a lot of grinding inside. Having a dirt field caused a lot of rainouts, but we still got a great season in. And Corey Kears, our head coach, is a great guy, one of the coaches over at the Cowlitz Bears right now. And it was a great time in Gresham. Made a lot of good friends and a lot of great memories.
100%. And then now being back in the West Coast League this summer, specifically with the Elks for your second year, what are some similarities and differences that you've noticed between these two teams?
The Elks are great for another year again. Joey Wong is our head coach, is absolutely fantastic. And Danny Sales coming back for another year gives us a lot of great support on the coaching staff. We have a lot of new guys on the team, not very many returners. Which is a great whole bunch of new faces, lots of new players, and we see a lot of different styles of pitching, which is great.
Absolutely. And then not only just being in Bend, but being able to travel around the whole West Coast League and that whole experience. What has that been like, just being able to see all of the Northwest and explore that these few summers?
It's been absolutely surreal. The opportunity to go and play and to have kids come up like we are stars is something that you really don't get to experience that often as a baseball player, and it's really great as a young player to experience that.
100%. And then is there any specific visiting facility that you've liked the most so far through these couple of summers in the WCL?
I've got to say, we're here right now. The Portland Pickles run an absolute show here, and I absolutely love Dylan the Pickle coming around. It's absolutely the best stadium in the WCL.
Oh, and then, I mean, yesterday there was like goats running around the carnival and everything. It's pretty wild here this weekend. They have like a state fair thing going on. Anyway, but before you even got started in Bend, you didn't play too far away. You played for the Redmond Dudes, which were nearby, and you really had a stellar stretch there. .51 ERA in 17 innings of work. How seamless was that transition from the PIL to now in the West Coast League?
It was pretty seamless. So last year on July 4th, I got to pitch against the Bells for 6 innings. So I had at least one WCL appearance below me. And coming down here was a bit of a reality check. New league, new players. But after my first outing, it was pretty seamless.
100%. And then you're originally from Auburn, Washington, which is not too far from Seattle, which is now hosting the MLB All-Star Game this weekend for the first time since the glory days of 2001. They almost made the World Series, but just came up against the Yankees. I don't need to remind you of that. But how excited are you for that city to just have an All-Star Game again?
I am so excited. I wish I could be there. My brother and dad are at the Saturday events right now, having an absolute blast. It's great to see it back in Seattle again, seeing more people getting excited about baseball. I've seen more new fans in Seattle in the last 3 to 4 years than the last 15 years combined, which is fantastic.
And heck, they made the playoffs last year, right?
Yes, that was an absolute electric last few games against the Angels there with the sold out. That was so fun to be at.
There you go. And then just to round things off, what is your favorite Mariners memory from growing up, and then ultimately now these memories with the Elks?
My favorite memory growing up with the Mariners was going to Felix's Perfect Game. Which was absolutely amazing. I wore 34 growing up. It was for Nolan Ryan, not Felix, but having Felix in town was absolutely legendary every single week.
And then for the Elks, what has been your favorite memory so far for these past couple of years?
My favorite memories with the Elks so far is probably just the great times we have on the road trips, not even the games themselves. Baseball is just a thing that will come and go, but these friendships that we make throughout these years are really good and will last my lifetime.
100%. Just the experience overall is what matters through the West Coast League. Develop all these friendships and we get all these connections. Shane Buchanan, thank you so much for taking the time. And we will see you all tonight at 7:05 as the Elks look to get the series win over the Pickles.